welcome back and welcome to your first Express Flow with me. So today's class is called A New Path, simply because a shorter flow might be something that's new to you, your body and your practice. It's something I've been incorporating in my mornings, and it's a really amazing way to move, especially if you're really rushed for time, literally just to get on your mats and get out of your head and into your bodies. There also may be some new movements today in the practice, so maybe starting to create new neural pathways in the brain as well. So we're going to get started on our backs, and we're going to head straight into movement. So coming to lie on your backs, bringing the hands to the knees, flexing in both feet and just hugging the knees really nice and close to the chest. So we're going to start creating circles. So you're going to separate the knees with the hands. Draw nice big circles, send the knees towards the back of the mat, knees up towards the ceiling, and then bringing the knees into touch. So moving the knees in opposite directions, and just moving as fast or as slow as you like, just starting to create a little bit of movement around the hip joint. If you'd like to, maybe closing the eyes, just taking a moment to drop into your body, start to notice the sound and the pace of the breath. Maybe starting to take in any surroundings, any sounds within or outside of the room, the temperature on your skin. Just taking a moment to drop into full presence. So moving for one or two more breaths in this direction. And then when you're ready, bringing the knees closed, knees in at the chest. We're going to move the opposite way. So send the knees up towards the ceiling, towards the back of the mat. Separate the knees out wide, and then full circle knees come into touch. So just enjoying the sensation in the hips. And if it's your first bit of movement in the day, the body might feel a little bit tight, so just take your time. Moving like this for two more breaths. And then bringing the knees back to center. From here, we're going to take grip of just behind the knees, and we're going to swing ourselves up to a seated position, placing the feet flat on the mat. Rolling the spine back down onto the floor, come onto the tops of the shoulder blades, lift the tailbone up off the floor, and then roll the spine down, coming back up to sit on the tailbone. So just working yourself through some spinal rolls up and down your mat. And if at any point the hamstrings feel open enough to do so, you're welcome to take it over to a plow, touch the toes to the mat behind you, straighten both legs, and then bring yourself back up to that seated position. So really just starting to warm up the spine, bring a little bit of heat and movement into the body. Two or three more rounds. Good, and then when you're ready, on your last swing up, we stay up on the tailbone, and we're going to cross over the ankles. So you have an option to cross right ankle in front of left, or a half lotus right foot on top of the left thigh. Whenever you're ready, let's bring the hands to the heart center, bring the eyes to close if you feel good doing so. And then on your next inhale, send the fingers up towards the ceiling, spine and body along. And as you exhale, side bend across to the right hand side. So drop the right hand down, soft crack in the right elbow. Maybe the forearm meets the mat or a block, a pillow. And then bringing the left bicep near the ear, palm faces the floor. So if it feels good, you can relax the right ear, right shoulder. And just starting to breathe a little bit of space into the left side body. If you feel like the body needs some movement, you're welcome to wiggle around here. It's your body, your practice. In whatever shape you're in, staying for one more breath in. And one more exhale out. So staying in this side bend, keeping the right hand wherever it is. We're going to send the left fingers up towards the ceiling, and then start to send the left fingers down to hover just above the left hip. So really, really long in the left hand, active right to the ends of the fingers, and then fully drop right ear, right shoulder. So big sensation down the left side of the neck, maybe even to top of the left shoulder, along the outside of the arm, down to middle finger. Whatever it is, just notice sensation. And just starting to tap in and tune into the breath again. Taking one more breath in. And one more exhale out. On your next inhale, sweeping both arms up towards the ceiling. We come back up through center, recreate space and length in your body. And then exhale, side bend, left hand side, left hand down. Soft crack in the elbow, maybe the forearm meets the mat. Right bicep near the ear, palm facing the floor. Again, if it feels good, relax left ear, left shoulder. You might want to create a little bit of movement in the body, maybe a circle out in the top arm. Just whatever feels good in your body right now. Wherever you are, taking one more slow breath in and easy exhale out. Good. From here, send the right fingers up towards the ceiling and then send the right fingers to hover just above the right hip, palm facing down. From here, relax left ear, left shoulder and just enjoying sensation. Staying for last breath in and last exhale out. On an inhale, sweeping both hands up towards the ceiling, recreate length in the spine and the side bodies. And then exhale, bringing hands through to heart center and Jali Mudra. So from here, we're going to cross over ankles, bringing hands in front of knees, step the knees underneath the hips for first tabletop. So make sure the tops of the feet on the mat so the toes are untucked. You're going to extend the right leg out to the right hand side and then place the right foot flat on the ground. So all four corners of the right foot meet the mat. From here, as you inhale, we're going to send the right hand up towards the ceiling, open up the chest to the right hand side. And then as you exhale, start to send the right arm underneath the left arm. We're not going to thread the needle just yet. So all you're going to do is start to extend the right fingertips across to the left hand side. Inhale, send the right fingers up towards the ceiling, press out of the left hand. And then exhale to thread the needle, keep the right foot grounded. Two more like that, breathing in and breathing out. Inhale to create space. And exhale to draw it through. Inhale, this time send the right fingers right up towards the ceiling. And this time as you exhale, threading the needle, right shoulder, right cheek to mat. So you can bring a bend into the left elbow, sit the right cheek down. If you feel like that's too much in your body, you're welcome to stay up in that tabletop shape. And then just starting to breathe into the many spaces in the body that might be feeling this right now. And always using the inhales to create space and an opening. And using the exhales to deepen the fold, to deepen the practice, to deepen our presence. As you are here, taking last breath in and last exhale out. Pressing down into the left hand, inhale, send the right fingers back up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, right hand meets the mat. On an inhale, float the right leg parallel to the floor. And then send the right leg towards the back of the mat, demi-point in the right foot. When you're ready, see if you can lean the weight over onto left hand, left knee, and start to come up onto fingertips of the right hand. If you're still with me and this feels good in your body, bring a bend into the right leg, reach right hand to receive right foot, and then press the right hand or right foot into the right hand and start to send the toes up towards the ceiling. So creating this beautiful space along the front line of the body, active in your breath, using your gaze for balance, so gazing down just on the inside of the left thumb. As you are taking one more inhale and one more exhale. Soft release, replacing right hand back down to the mat. Fully extend the right leg. Take a big inhale, pull the chest through the shoulders. And then as you exhale, draw the right knee to the nose, press out of the ground. And with full intention, step the right foot between the hands. From here, start to sink the hips down towards the right heel, and then tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and step the back foot in. So we set ourselves up for our first pyramid pose, heel to heel alignment, angle out in the left foot. If you needed, hands are on blocks. And then let's take halfway lift, inhale, pull the heart forward and through, and then forward fold on an exhale. 2 more like that. Take halfway lift, we breathe in, and forward fold, exhale out. Once more, halfway lift, inhale, and forward fold, exhale. So you have a couple breaths here, either just to hang out, let gravity do all the work for you, so really heavy in the upper body, and this big beautiful hinge at the hips. Or if you feel like you'd like to be slightly more active, you're welcome to continue with the halfway lifts. And on the exhale, keep deepening the fold. See if you can move a little bit past the edge. Wherever you are, keep pulling back on the right hip, forward on the left. And see if you can fire up the right quad, so pull the right kneecap up towards the hip. So just start to create a deeper stretch into left hamstring. Wherever you are, let's stay for last breath in. And last exhale out. Good. On an inhale, take halfway lift, send the gaze forward. And then on an exhale, bring a soft bend into the left leg. And as you do, you're going to shoot the hands forward out in front of the right foot and bring the left leg parallel to the mat. So we come to a supported warrior 3. Hopefully still feeling sensation down the right hamstring, maybe slightly different than earlier. Keep squaring the hips down to the mat, keep flexing the left foot. You have 1 more breath in and 1 more exhale out. On an inhale, come to single leg mountain. So draw the left knee up and towards the chest. Use your balance, and you're going to interlace the hands along the left shin. So hugging the left knee as close as you can towards the body. And then we're going to roll out the left ankle. So just choosing a direction that feels most natural to you first. And then when you're ready, changing directions opposite way. Good. Releasing that, and when you're ready, we're going to come to tree pose. So bringing the left foot inside of the right thigh. Bring the hands to the heart center, square the hips towards the top of the room. Keep sending the left knee open, so activate the glute to open the hip. And you have options. You're welcome to stay with the hands at the heart center. If it feels good and you want something more, on an inhale, sweep the arms up towards the ceiling. If this is still feeling good in your practice, we're going to introduce a side bend, so left hand slides down the left thigh, and then start to send the right fingers across to the left hand side of the room. So feeling this beautiful deep opening in the right side body, really grounded and really anchored in that right foot, and equally grounded and anchored in the breath. Good. Wherever you are, taking 1 more breath in and 1 more exhale out. On your next inhale, send both hands back up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, bringing hands to meet and connect at heart center. Soft bend in the right leg, release the left foot from inside of the thigh, step the left leg to the back of the mat, and ground both hands down. Inhale, step the right foot back, we come to our first high plank, keeping the shoulders over the wrists. And on an exhale, lower in one piece, belly to floor. Come onto the tops of the feet and tops of the fingers, spider fingers. Squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. As you inhale, come to a cobra, so roll the spine up, pull the heart through, lift the chin. And then as you exhale, start to soften belly, chest, and then the right cheek to the mat. Inhale to come back up to that cobra, pull the back of the heart up towards the ceiling, lift the heart, lift the chin. And then exhale to soften belly, chest, and then left cheek to the mat. Inhale to roll back of the heart up first. Draw the chin towards the chest at the last moment. Lift the heart, lift the chin. And then exhale to roll belly, chest, and forehead to floor. Flatten out both hands. And when you're ready, come to tabletop. Press out of the hands. Keep the knees grounded, and if you need to, step the knees in. Same thing on the other side. So extend the left leg out to the left hand side. All 4 corners of the left foot grounded. On an inhale, send the left hand up towards the ceiling, create space. And then as you exhale, imagine threading the needle, but keep the right arm straight. Send the left fingers across to the right hand side. Inhale to send the left fingers up. And exhale to thread it through. 2 more, we breathe in. And exhale out. Once more, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, send the left hand back up towards the ceiling. And this time exhale, fully thread the needle, left shoulder, left cheek to mat. So if this is too much in your body, stay in the previous expression of the pose. Wherever you are, all four corners of the left foot grounded. And really just starting to notice and enjoy sensations. There's really nothing fancy happening here today. We're just moving ourselves through some easy, some simple, some beautiful postures. And there's always this opportunity to be mindful, to be present in our bodies and our surroundings. As you are taking one more breath in and one more exhale out. Good, pressing out of the right hand, inhale, send the left fingers back up towards the ceiling or skyward. And then exhale, ground the left hand back down to the mat. On an inhale, draw the left leg parallel to the floor. And then on an exhale, send the left leg behind you. Inhale, start to pick up the left heel, demi-point in the left foot, pull the heart through the shoulders. And then as you exhale, draw the left knee in towards the nose, press out of the ground. How mindfully and how slowly can you step the left foot through between the hands and start to sink the hips a little forward towards that front heel. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, step the back foot in, and we set ourselves up for pyramid pose. So heel to heel alignment again. If you need to support the body, place hands on something that elevates or brings the ground up to you. And then moving for 3 breaths. So inhale, take halfway lift. Move for the full length of the exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, we breathe in. Forward fold, exhale out. Once more, halfway lift, inhale. And forward fold, exhale. So you're welcome to stay here with me, bodies in stillness, just allowing gravity to do some of the work, hinging at the hips. Or if you'd like to continue with the movement, you can close the eyes and just take halfway lifts as you breathe in and folding a little more each time you exhale out. Wherever you are, see if you can start to fire up that left quad, so pull the kneecap up towards the hip. Notice sensation change in the left hamstring. Still here with me, we take one more inhale and one more exhale. On an inhale, come to halfway lift, flatten out the back. On an exhale, bring a bend into the right leg and start to lunge both hands forward. Bring the right leg parallel to the mat, flex in the right foot, square both hips down to the floor, supported warrior 3. So again, just noticing sensation in the left hamstring. Keep reaching the right heel behind you, keep reaching the crown of the head forward. When you're ready, single leg mountain, draw the right knee up and towards the chest, and as you do, bring the fingers to interlace along the right shin. So hugging the right knee close, you can bring a bend into both arms, and then just rolling out the ankle in one direction. And then when you're ready, changing directions. When you're done, we'll meet in tree pose. So right foot to inside of the left thigh. If you can't meet it inside of the thigh, you're welcome to bring it inside of the shin or even the toes on the mat. We all meet hands at heart center, nice and long in the spine, slight drawing back of the belly, and then use the right glute to send the right knee back, hip is open. An option to stay, breathe, be here, be still. If you'd like something more, inhale, you're going to sweep the arms up towards the ceiling. And if that still feels good, exhale, side bend, send the right hand down the top of the right thigh, send the left fingers across to the right hand side of the room. So we feel this beautiful space being created in the left side body. And this constant anchoring to the earth beneath us. Taking one more breath in. And one more exhale out. Inhale, send the right hand back up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, bringing hands to meet at heart center. Bring a bend into the left leg. As you do, release the right foot and slowly and mindfully step the right toes to the back of the mat. Grounding both hands down, step the left foot back. We come to high plank on an inhale. Moving in one piece, belly to floor on an exhale. Come onto the tops of the feet, come up onto the tops of the fingers. Inhale, cobra roll. Lift the heart up. At the last moment, lift the chin. And then exhale, roll the belly chest, and the right cheek to the mat. 2 more like that. Inhale, roll the spine up, draw the chin through center. And then exhale to roll the body down, left cheek to floor. Once more, we breathe in. And then rolling forehead to mat, exhale. This time you're going to stay as you are on your bellies. If it feels good, you can flatten out both hands. And we're going to bring the right knee up to hip height. So we're coming into a half frog and send the right heel directly underneath the right knee. So if you can't see where my leg is, I've got a 90-degree shape in the right leg. So the knee is up directly in line with the hip and the heel is directly in line with the knee. If you have any sensitivity in the knee, you're welcome to place a cushion or something underneath the inside of that knee. From here, you're going to press down into the hands, lift the heart up slightly, and we're going to thread the needle right arm underneath the left arm, and then sending the right shoulder and the right cheek to the mat. So really just a state of allowing here. So allowing that right hip to start to soften and melt down to the floor. Allowing for this deep stretch in the front of the right shoulder. And allowing for this gentle twist in the body. And always, if it feels safe to do so, eyes are closed. And just be here in this simplicity. In your body, with your breath. This is what it means to be alive. This is what it means to be present, to be living. As you are, let's take one more inhale. Pressing down into the left hand, really slowly unraveling that right arm. And then we're going to extend the right leg back onto the mat. So changing sides, we're going to bring the left knee up, line it up with the left hip. Send the heel directly underneath the knee. Place the hands under the shoulders, press out of the hands, create a little bit of space. And then thread the needle, left shoulder and left cheek to mat. So take a little bit of time to set it up, always making sure it feels good. And then just notice wherever you're holding on, allowing the whole body to soften. So right glute is soft, along the right thigh, let the right heel fall in. Left glute is soft. Left hip is moving in the direction of the earth. Maybe you can feel the belly as it expands up against the mat. And then soft along both arms, soft in both shoulders, soft in the face. And I'm just still paying attention to that soothing sound of the breath. Take last full breath in. And full exhale out. Good. Pressing down into the right hand. Create enough space for you to unthread that left arm. And then send the left leg back onto the mat. From here, bring a bend into both knees. We're going to sit the hips back to the heels. And we're going to end in a child's pose. So knees nice and wide, big toes to touch behind you. Start to melt the belly down between the thighs. Reach the arms forward and drop the forehead down to the mat. So this is a passive child's pose, so you're welcome to bring a soft bend into the arms. They don't have to be reaching super far forward. And if you prefer to come to an embryo pose, you're going to bring the knees really nice and close. Bring the arms around the outside of the thighs. Send the fingers towards the back of the room and the palms face up. So wherever you are and whenever you've settled, allowing the eyes to close, allowing the skin around the eyes to be soft, allowing the brow to be soft. Create space in the jaw, space between the molars. Let the tongue hang heavy. And then just scanning the body for any places where you may be holding on too tight. And see if you can consciously send the breath there, send the softening there. And in these last few moments, we offer up gratitude for this short, simple and beautiful practice, any opportunity to move our bodies, to get out of our heads. And stay in this child's pose for as long as you need to, stay present, still being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.